a controversial school funding model on the chopping block.
We'll look to fund schools on enrolment only rather than on effective enrolments.
Effective enrolment bases funding on attendance rather than students enrolled, with the aim of increasing the number of kids going to school. But an independent review has found little evidence it improves attendance, with many schools left facing funding cuts.
So that impacts then on your decision around whether you can have 2 teachers or 3 teachers for that year and then the programs that you have. So we're going to accept all those recommendations and we'll action 2 of them immediately.
The 2 recommendations to come into effect straight away: to set a minimum funding level and rethink funding models for small schools, including support for recruitment and retention. Short-term commitments to support workforce recruitment in remote schools have been welcomed.
We really want to get young people engaged in the learning, and local staff who speak their language, who know the culture, who know the kinship systems, who know the social structures, are absolutely essential. Without them, you can't do much at all.
But with the full scope of the reform at least 2 years away, there's concerns over the time it'll take to implement changes.
That to me is a concern, that we have to put up with an inequitable funding model for another at least 2 years, if not up to 5 years, according to the recommendations.
With the release of this review comes the announcement of another review into secondary education, which the government says will improve its negotiations with the federal government for needs-based school funding next year. Oliver Chaseling, ABC News.